everyone, welcome to my video on brush cleaning. Today I'm going to share with you 3 easy methods to clean your brushes and all my tips and tricks to clean your makeup brushes that will not break the bank. Cleaning your brush is one of the most important things you can do. You don't want any bacteria or dirt building up your brushes because some bacteria and dirt can actually cause some acne. So you want to make sure you keep your brushes clean, so these are the methods to keep them clean. Before we get into this video, just throwing in a little plug here. If you'd like to see more videos like this or even reviews or makeup tutorials, feel free to hit that subscribe button and join me along my random YouTube journey. Method number 1. This is probably the most simple way and affordable way to actually clean your brushes. This is using Dawn dish soap or just any dish soap. We've all seen the heartbreaking commercials of the poor ducks being covered in oil and then had to be cleaned off. Dawn dish soap is what saves them. So for all this method, all you need is dish soap and your hand. That's it. So for this method, you can either do it 2 ways. You can wet your brush or you can leave it dry. Personally, I just leave mine dry because I'll just cut up the first step. And either way, you're going to be rinsing your brush and you might have to repeat again depending on how dirty and compact that makeup is in that brush. We all have some of those brushes that are very dirty. So you're just going to dip your brush into some dish soap and then massage it onto your hand for 20 to 30 seconds and making sure you get right into those bristles. You're going to rinse under some water or in a bucket. Make sure you don't over submerge it too much or leave it like dipped into water like too long, because you don't want to loosen up the glue that's around the base of all your brushes. And repeat if necessary if you really need to. People use like different like silicone pads and stuff to clean their brushes. I have one that's for your fingers. I got it from the Body Shop. It's probably around $5. I don't really use it that often anymore just because I find using my hand is just as effective. I also do have some tips for those super dirty caked on brushes I'm going to share with you at the end, and some other tips and tricks to cleaning your brushes, so stick around till then. On to method number 2. Similar to method number 1, this is going to use body wash or shampoo. You can use either or depending on what you have and how desperate you are to clean your brushes. You don't want to use dish soap because you don't like the smell of it. Just use your shampoo or conditioner and they'll smell 10 times better. But this can also lead into being a little bit more expensive depending on the shampoo or body wash that you do have. If you don't want to use the dish soap, and go to the store and buy any. If you don't have any, say you just don't use it for some reason, I don't know, feel free to go into like the cheap section of like Walmart or Target or CVS or Walgreens. You can find the bottles of body wash or shampoo that are like $1. Pick that up and you can wash your brushes just fine with that product. I experiment a lot with using body washes and even face washes and shampoos with my brushes. The best way I find to get really into those bristles is to wet your brush compared to the dish soap where you don't have to wet it before. Wet your brush with this one and then you're going to pour the shampoo or body wash onto it and massage it up. And then rinse and repeat if necessary. Now for method number 3. This method has become super popular in the last like couple months or so, or even year. A lot of influencers started using it and sharing this tip online, and I've actually used it myself. And this one is using alcohol. Not just like a bottle of vodka you have laying around, but I'm sure you could use that. But most people use isopropyl alcohol. Anywhere from 70 to 91% is your best bet, because first off, you would want more than 60%, because if not, it's not guaranteed to remove all the bacteria and dirt. 3 things you need for this is your alcohol, a glass to put the alcohol in because you don't want to dip your brush directly in the bottle itself, and you'll need a towel. Once you dip it in, you're just going to put it directly onto your towel and go in a swirly motion to remove any dirt and the wetness of the alcohol. The alcohol will evaporate on its own, so this is a faster way to dry your brushes as well. You may have to repeat this once or twice just to make sure you get all the dirt off it, but this is a great method for cleaning your brushes on the fly. Say you're just sitting down doing your makeup and you realize you have some orange eyeshadow on a brush and you're about to put blue on or something that day. You don't want those two mixing together. So you just easily quickly dip it in and then swirl it on a little towel. Personally, I always have a towel next to my makeup station when I'm doing my makeup because things can get a little messy. Just wait for it to dry before you stick it next to your eye. You don't want alcohol that close to your eye right away. This method's really good for small brushes, but for bigger brushes, like fluffy brushes, it's not the best. So when you have your super dense brushes, the alcohol will soak up a lot of it and you run out of alcohol fast. that's my warning about it, that it can use a lot of alcohol to clean, so it's not always the most cost effective. So those are the very 3 affordable methods to cleaning your brushes. Now I'm going to move on to some quick tips to help you clean them even better like a pro. For that super caked on foundation that you see inside your brush that seems like it'll never come out, try using a little bit of an oil, either a coconut oil you melted down or a cooking oil. Cooking oil is something I pretty much use all the time, or even just a facial cleansing oil that you have, because the oils will help to break up that foundation and even powders that you might have stuck in that brush a little bit more. And then after you massage it in, go directly in with the wash that you choose to use or the soap you choose to use. Then you will massage that, give it a rinse, and repeat if necessary, only with the soap, not with the oil, because the oil will no longer stick if water is on the brush. Make sure you use hot water for rinsing, definitely inside your sink, because coconut oil, when it gets cold, it will become solid and you don't want to be clogging your pipes, so make sure you give a good flush through your pipes with some hot water. So the last thing that's actually is one of the other most important steps to not only cleaning your brushes, but it's the aftercare. It's taking care of your brushes as they're drying. There are some really fancy holders that will hold your brushes like upside down, but those things can get expensive and they're not really worth it, in my opinion. So when your brushes are wet, you want to lay them flat, not standing up, because you want all the water to run down away from the glue that's holding in the bristles, and you don't want any extra water to keep going down the whole shaft of the brush as well. So I'll lay down all my brushes one by one. I'll make sure I mold them back to the shape that they should be, because you always want to make sure you're putting the bristles back to the way you want them to be, because if not, they can get really frayed and gross. So just give them a little twist, a little mold, and they'll be perfect. When you lay them down, make sure they're laying flat. Don't have any bristles sticking like underneath or awkward. Then 1 to 2 hours later, after they've been laying down, I'll flip the brush over and actually flip the side that their head is laying, so they're no longer laying on the wet side. They're going to be laying on a new dry side, so that the brush can dry even more as the towel absorbs some of the water. I leave my brushes laying down overnight, so give them a good like 8 to 10 hours just laying down, unless you want to have a fan blowing on them, but I just do it and have them clean overnight, so you can wake up in the morning and have some nice clean brushes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video on cleaning your brushes, and hope you learned something that's a nice affordable way to getting your brushes clean that's not going to break the bank. Don't need any fancy cleaners or those things you see marketed everywhere. All you need is dish soap, body wash, or alcohol. 3 little things to clean your brushes, and that's it. And feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!